Hey guys, David here, BreezeFlippers. Thought I'd do a quick update. It's only Tuesday. The other video came out yesterday, but I'm going to try to do a few more this week. I am still working on some other stuff. I will get out that highlights video. I've got to do some narration on it so people know what's going on and what market really was. So I'll work on that probably today and tomorrow. But so I can get it out sometime this week. I've been struggling through a few things, trying to figure out. So I did some shipping yesterday. It had all the packages. Oh, we did them Sunday technically, but had a few go out yesterday too. Well, they didn't really go out. They go out today since yesterday was a holiday for postal. But I'm getting some, got to figure out something to do on shipping. Yesterday I noticed a few of the packages, especially when they're going out to the West Coast. I'm really losing a little bit on those. The price between the price of what's gone up now, I mean, shipping costs have gone, there's nothing shipping below $5 at this point. Even the smallest items, I haven't been able to see any that have gone that. Less than 8 ounces, still $5. So I'm struggling with the idea. I'm probably going to have to raise some shipping prices, but I've been playing with maybe trying out the rate tables in eBay, and I'm just wondering, has anyone ever tried those? I know that they can be a little complicated, but you can set up specific zones basically through regions, and you can change the rate for shipping based on where they're at. So I don't typically lose a lot if it's on the East Coast, but I do lose quite a bit when it's out west. Actually some Midwest too. Chicago, Illinois, in that area, Wisconsin, tend to lose a little bit on those too. Now I could raise prices across the board. I mean, I factor in some of that price in my the cost of the item. I mean, I try to factor in a little bit to, make up for it. I try to keep shipping reasonable, but flat rate shipping is a challenge. And I mean, I don't really want to go to weight shipping. I don't really want to go to calculated. I don't know. It's just not something I used in the past. It really, I feel like sometimes you can't give a better deal. I honestly feel like I get more shoppers from out west because the shipping rates are fair. And let's be honest, they are, because I'm in Florida. If I'm shipping to California, I'm generally taking a loss. It's very rare that it comes out, perfectly at that amount that I charge. So I don't know. I'm going to have to look at it. I may be just raising everything by 50 cents and just go in and just do, if you're using if you're using your shipping preferences or business rules or business policies, I guess they call it, it's really easy to go in and change it. So probably going to do that. I'm going to have to go up a little bit on hats. And not a lot. I might just raise it like 50 cents and just go from there. So it'll be odd numbers because right now all my stuff ends in 99, but I may change, $4.99 to $5.49. I may change, $6.99 to $7.49. I don't know, it just kind of depends. But I will tell you this though, I am going to move away from free shipping a lot of items still. I have a lot that are still out there. I just haven't changed. I haven't been adding free shipping to anything. All my comics now are actually going out with like $5.99 shipping. I'll probably stick to that. I don't think I'm going to go up much on that. But I probably will make some changes to some other so some of the other ones. I mean, hats, I really love to do $4.99, but right now it costs $5.30 or $5.39 to ship anywhere, practically just an 8-ounce hat. So I don't know, guys. How are you guys dealing with shipping? I'm curious. You let me know, because have you tried rate tables? Have you considered it? Do you even know what they are? Because I didn't know what they were until I did a little research. So and didn't find out what they are. Now, if I get them figured out and I test some, and I may do it with some of maybe the lighter stuff, I'm not sure, just to kind of see what it does. I'll let you guys know the exact steps of how I got there. So, anyway, lots of stuff else going on. It's just been crazy, kind of back to work this week. So trying to keep my head above water there. And I got about 6 million projects in my head right now that I need to work on. Had a good auction last night. It was fun. It didn't have a lot of people in there. I think, having the national championship on last night for college football might have been part of that. And there was another show going on that the guy was somebody was doing, and it was a really good show. He had a lot of variety of stuff in there. So that's always possible too. I'm going to do another show this week though, Wednesday night, some more comics. I might throw in some other stuff too. I haven't really decided. I'm going to try to do something a little bit different. I've been having fun with the games. I have this wheel that I spin, so they see what prizes they get, so it's a little bit different. So different levels of buying. We've got a $3, a $5, and an $8 level. So if you go over $3, they get something. They go over $5, they get something. It goes over $8, they get something. It's a lot of fun. I think people enjoy it because there's a little bit of variety. I did get a Plinko board. I'm dying to try something with Plinko, but I don't know. We'll kind of have to play with it. The only thing about doing games and stuff during the auction, which is fun for people, it slows the auction down, because normally I'm just going boom, 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 and running through these things really quick. So, but I don't know. Sometimes you got to add a little variety. We don't have to sell things fast all the time. It's kind of fun to go through it, but I have got a ton of comics that I need to go through. And I'm probably going to move a bunch of them to the booth as well, because we've been selling quite a bit out there. So, and then I still have to go visit somebody that actually has more comics. So I'm going to go look at that. But I'm really hoping sourcing picks up. It has been so cold here in Florida, and it's supposed to warm up a little bit this week, but then I think it's supposed to get cold again this weekend. So sourcing may be out until, who knows, February, the end of January, February, I'm not sure. Typically, this is when we usually do pretty good, but right now just hasn't been very many sales. So speaking of not many sales, eBay's been a little slow, not dead by any means. I'm still getting some sales, but it has been a little bit slower. But hey, things are still going out, and we're running a sale right now, and I think that's kind of helping. But we're hoping things pick up. But again, when I go look at the numbers, and this is what I kind of like the numbers thing. When I go look at my numbers, we're 30% ahead of where we were last year at the same time. So it just tells me that, one, we made some good sales in the very beginning of the month. I'm not going to go, telling you I'm doing great on everything, but we had some very good camera sales at the early part of the month. Hey, I think there's a real trend towards Y2K stuff right now. And I'm seeing that in the marketplace. We saw that at market. It's just kind of a throwback, some traditional throwback, and it's traditional saying Y2K. It seems like it's crazy, but it's hard to believe that was 26 years ago. So makes me feel old sometimes. My daughter was born in 2000, so I always know, she's what her age is. But yeah, a lot of throwback. She's actually doing really well on Whatnot, selling a lot of Y2K clothes. So there's a lot of big throwback to that. So she's doing really good with 90s and early 2000s stuff, and it's just really popular. So I think maybe that's where the cameras are coming from, kind of getting back to that. I think a lot of those Y2K type cameras and some of that stuff is starting to sell. So we do have some in our inventory. Hopefully those will sell. Got to price them right though. I think I underpriced these, which is why they sold so quickly, because the cameras I had, they probably could have sold for a little bit more, but they sold fast, and hey, we'll take that any day. So we did sell some other stuff though. Let's see, maybe one other thing to talk about too. We're down on the average number of buyers, but we're up on the average sales price. So I don't know, I don't think that has a whole lot. I mean, obviously could be a lot of things, but I do think that's kind of interesting. And I also will say that 76% of our sales are organic. So, and that, this is kind of an interesting subject. If you're doing promoted sales, if you're being smarter about it, I don't know. I'm not taking a hit yet on these. Now, I'm not promoting 100% of my items either. So we're going to see if that is going to make any difference on the number of sales, which I'm saying the number of buyers, that could make a difference. I'm not promoting everything as much as I was before. So I'm just being smarter about it, right? I'm still doing promotion between 2 and 3% typically. Unless there's just an item that's just so overpopulated that I want to get it out there, I may go as high as 4 or 5%, but I just have to get it in my head that I'm probably going to pay 5% extra on fees. That's just the way it's going to work, right, with the new promotion. So, but I did find this interesting. For the first time in a very long time, my promoted sales are way less. They've been running 50-50. It's way less than what it is. So I'm thinking that that might be, maybe that's a sign of the time. I don't know. But when you kind of look at it and trying to figure out what your promoted sales overall. So last year, my overall promoted sales compared was 45% promoted and 54% organic. So we'll see. We're going to see how this trend goes for this year, because it could be, it could just be very simply, coincidence that we're just not selling as many promoted items. But it could be, maybe that's the way things are going to work. I kind of wonder, and I think might have been Ken, or might have been, I can't remember which one said it. I think one of the comments was they wonder if eBay hurt themselves a little bit with this, because I think people are going to be smarter with their promotional listings. I do believe that's the case, guys. I think that if you're not being smart with it, you could end up paying a lot more and not really realizing it, because there is a lot of stuff that you can promote that will do well, but there's a lot of stuff you don't need to promote. If it's a one of a kind, or there's not very many out there, or if it's an item that sells traditionally very, very fast, I wouldn't promote it. I would just let it run. Make sure you got a good listing, good title, good description, the whole bit. I think you'll do just fine on it. So, but let's take a quick look at what's sold. We'll go through these kind of quick. We did have one sell over Sunday, so this was actually technically last week, but I did want to point it out. We are selling video games, guys. This is the Wii Play and Winter Sports 3 Nintendo Wii games. These are complete, and they were tested. They're good. Ended up getting $10 for it. We'll get $6.99 shipping. I took an offer on that one. It wasn't really that big a deal. I've already made my money back on most of those games that I got for the Wii, so I'm pretty happy with that. Next, I still sell these cars, guys. This is Hot Wheels Racing, and I do love these things. Sometimes they're kind of cool. I'm not a big NASCAR fan, but I am a fan of the cars and how they look, and some of the Hot Wheels stuff they do a really good job with. This is Hot Wheels Racing 2000 Tide Collector's Edition. The number 32 car, got $8.49 for it. It will get $5.99 shipping, and $5.99 will cover it. So oddly enough, like I said, that's pretty light. So let's see, sold another game. This is a PS3 game. This is WWE 12. Kind of hard to see, but you can see it's in plastic. I kind of wrap all my stuff in plastic so I can put a label on it. It keeps them clean and nice. This one has been completely, it's complete. It's a multiplayer wrestling game. So anyway, got $10.19 for that, and it will get $5.99 shipping. Let's see what else sold. This one kind of unique, guys. It's kind of hard to see, but maybe I'll have to put up a picture, but it really, even the picture doesn't do very good. So I picked this up out of a box of stuff. I think I bought a whole bunch of stuff. It was in there, and I didn't really think about what it was. I just looked at it. But it was a trinket box. It's from New Orleans Museum of Art. It's a silver trinket box with a pewter top. It's just a little decorative box, and it comes in this own little box thing. It was just kind of cute, and I didn't really honestly think it would sell. I didn't know if it would or wouldn't. So, and ended up actually selling for $12.79, and it will get $5.99 shipping. So it will not cost $5.99 to ship that. So maybe I'll make a little bit back on that. So maybe I'm worrying too much about shipping, to be honest with you, but I don't even know where it's going. None of those are international, so that I don't know where it's going. I'm curious now. I wonder if somebody from New Orleans bought it. Interesting. No, North Carolina. Huh. So won't go very far, so it'll be a good one. And last but not least, you can't see all these, and maybe I'll have to, actually you wouldn't even be able to see them if I put a picture up there, but you can see that, right? There, little Pokemon Pikachu, right? So this is actually a Pokemon toy lot, McDonald's toys. I think it's from Detective Pikachu. And there should be, I think, 3 of them in there. 3 toys. Now, all of these were part of that big Pokemon buy that I made. So they were all included in that. And I spent, like I said, $270 on that. We've made our money back tenfold. That actually sold for $19.99. It will get free shipping. And it did sell promoted. So, it was on sale, and it sold promoted, but it does get free shipping. Let's see where it's going to go. Now I'm curious to see if it's going to cost me a fortune to send. It's going to New York, so yeah, small fortune. Anyway, yeah, New York and those upper northern states, they're a different zone. I think they're like 5 or 6, so they do ship a little further. But this is kind of cool. It'll just go in a small box, so I won't ship that in a bubble mailer, only because I'm afraid that they'll get smushed. So, but that's not too bad. All told, it's about, this week alone so far, just from yesterday to today, about $80. So yeah, it's, you know, it's a day. So it's a day. So hopefully that'll keep up this week and we'll kind of keep putting stuff out there. eBay still hasn't fixed my draft problem. I don't know, guys. It's driving me crazy. I've been kind of dragging my feet hoping that they'll fix it and bring all these photos back. But I've got probably 5, 6, let's see, 7. I've got about 15 that I've got to rephotograph. Is what it is. I'm just going to do it. Probably grab those out sometime today in between things and do that and try to get it done. I mean, there's nothing much you can do about it. I mean, just going to have to rephotograph them. I don't know if eBay's figured it out yet, but I mean, I hope they figure out something, because honestly, I basically go through all of my buy it now renewing today from your dashboard, and anything that has 0 watchers that's been on for a while, I pull down and I redo them. And if I'm doing that and I'm having to rephotograph them, it's just taking way too much time, and it is not sometimes worth the effort and energy that it takes to do that. So I don't know, guys. I sincerely do not know what is wrong with it. I would just think that they would come up with something. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's just a glitch that happened and it's not going to happen again. I haven't taken anything down the past few days, only because I've just been kind of avoiding it because I don't want to go through the hassle. I just took down 6 more. We'll see what happens here if I go in to relist them. But I don't know. So if anybody else having that problem, you know, let me know. I'd be curious to see if you were able to figure out what's going on, or if your only solution was the same as what mine is going to be, which is basically just rephotograph them. So I'm going to have to do that as well. So anyway, that's what's going on, guys. Not a ton. Like I just said, I want to do a quick video. Probably do another one tomorrow with some other information and things I'm working on. I'll let you know if I figure out the rate tables, if that's going to work. Otherwise, the easier thing, to be honest with you, would probably be just raise everything by 50 cents. And I think that'll cover some of that cost. It sucks because sometimes just that $4.99, that 99-cent thing just makes it feel like it's less than $5. I mean, even though it technically is $5, there's 1 penny short. So when you put something at $5.49, I just kind of feel like, you know, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to have to do something because I don't want to take a big loss on shipping this year, which so far, like I said, it's been pretty tight. I didn't make anything on shipping. In other words, I didn't have anything that was a little over, that they overpaid for, compared to what it's been, you know, underpaid. So we'll see. Anyway, that's what I got going on, guys. I hope your week is great, and you guys stay safe, and we'll talk to you soon. I'm David BreezeFlippers. We'll see you.